Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to show you how to properly balance your gimbal so that way you can maximize your battery runtime and also put less strain on your motors, because an imbalanced gimbal is going to cause the motors to have to do more work, which can burn out the motors or run the battery down. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using the DJI RS3 Pro to demonstrate how to balance a gimbal successfully, okay? A few things that need to be taken into consideration is the payload of that gimbal and how much it can carry. So just ensure that your camera setup is in compliance with the gimbal that you're going to be balancing it on. Another thing to pay attention to is if you have a zoom lens that goes in and out like this, if you balance it with it in and you balance it with it out, it's going to be different weights, so your gimbal is not going to be balanced perfectly. So what you would do for that is you'd go to the center of the zoom lens and you'd balance from there. That way you have even distribution on the far end and on the close end, okay? After you attach your plate onto your camera, you'll slide it in to the rack, lock the rack in. And then we're going to be balancing three axes. We're going to balance the vertical axis, the roll axis, and the pan axis, okay? Now for the vertical axis, you need to balance it in two positions. You need to balance for the vertical and then you need to balance for the depth. So we'll start in that order, okay? So in order to do the vertical, you want to, there we go. We want to place the camera facing straight up like this, okay? Now, you want to make sure that everything that's on the camera is what's going to be on there when you're shooting. So if you have like a lens cap on there or a hood, that can throw your balance off. So just make sure the camera is set up and good to go. So we're going to first start with the vertical axis. Now, you see how it falls forward like that? That's not what we're looking for. We want it to stay straight and be like that. So we're going to adjust this knob right here, loosen that up, and we'll move it up and down the track until it stays in the center like that, balanced, okay? Then we'll lock this back down. Vertical one is done. Now we're gonna adjust the vertical depth. So you see I let go and it falls forward like that. So we'll adjust this knob right here. And we have a little wheel right here so we can do accurate measurements of it. So now that one looks good. So we'll go back to this one, good. We'll go back here, good. And the way we know that this axis is good is we can put it at a 45-degree angle and it'll stay there, okay? So the vertical axis is taken care of. So we'll lock that back down. Now we're gonna move on to the roll axis. And on the roll axis, you see the camera falls that way. So we're gonna adjust this back knob right here. Boom. A little more. Like that. And that one is good to go, okay? So we have the vertical. Now we have to roll. We'll lock that off. And now it's time to do the pan axis, okay? So the pan, you want it to face you, parallel, and stay. So it's kind of coming this way a little. So I'll adjust it back just a little like that. Once that's done, we will lock all the axes and then we'll turn on the RS3 Pro. Now the RS3 Pro is different from other models where it unlocks itself. So before you turn on other gimbals, you'd have to make sure that all the axes are unlocked or else it'll start shaking violently, okay? But this one unlocks itself. We'll power it on and then we'll hit the M button and the trigger at the same time for a couple of seconds. And it will start to calibrate itself. So after you balance the gimbal, you still need to calibrate it so that way you have smooth operation. And you can go into the settings and you can just regular calibrate it, or you can, there's a super smooth mode. So I use the super smooth, okay? We're at 55, 75, And now we're almost there, 95, 100%, and it says gimbal calibration complete. And then on here on the screen, you'll see a camera sitting on the gimbal, and if it's green, you know that you're good to go. And now you have a perfectly balanced gimbal. And this, I'll show you guys a cool trick about the RS3, is if I press and hold the power button, it closes it for me. And then when I press and hold, it'll unfold it for me. And if I don't want it to fold down like that, I can just tap it once to put it into sleep mode, and that way I can just carry it like that. Okay, so I hope this video helps you guys, and stay tuned for more awesome videos like these coming your way.